Howdy. So today we're going to talk about stupidity and the consequences of stupidity. Last week we had this thing happen where this video showed up, and in the video was "He who must not be named," to borrow from Harry Potter, which is one of the presidential candidates for this year, and this other guy named Billy Bush, who I'm really talking about in this video, discussing women in some terms that are definitely not flattering. And regardless of he who must not be named saying that that's just pure locker room talk, well, that's a bunch of bogus stuff. I've never used any of those kind of terms. Of course, I've never said a curse word in my life, so I don't necessarily count. But I used to be an athlete, and I never remember athletes talking about stuff like that. As a matter of fact, in the locker room, we almost never talked girl. I mean, it just never came up because we were always talking sports. So it's not locker room talk. Now, I don't know if belonging to a gym is that kind of talk, but I've never known anybody who's really talked about women in those terms. I just have never done it in 57 years. Never happened. Regardless, that's not the point of this video. The point of the video is Billy Bush. Now, he's the guy who was in conversation with he who must not be named, and he said some stuff, not as bad as the other guy, but he still said some stuff. And people are wondering, well, wait a minute. How come it's 11 years ago, he was a young guy, he's kind of come up in his world a little bit better now, and he's, trying to, get away from the past, and how come he has to take heat for this? Why does he take heat for this? Because he was stupid. Why was he stupid? He was stupid because during the Rio Olympics, this year's Rio Olympics, he started telling some people about it. Nobody knew it existed. Probably no one had ever thought about it. But he started telling people about it. And someone decided to go look for it. Who decided to go look for it? The people who run NBC News, because they own the show he used to be on, which was called Access Hollywood. And so they found the clip. And while they were in the process of trying to figure out what to do with it, someone on the inside decided to scarf that tape up and send it to, I think, the Washington Post. And there you go. So, this is one of those instances where you were stupid. Why would you bring that up? Oh, I think I'm talking to the boys. And he was kidding about it. He was, the term was he was bragging about it. But can you be that stupid? So in essence, this guy basically signed a multi-million-dollar contract, I think back in January, February. He's on the Today Show, which is a very big deal. And now he's off the Today Show. They're saying he's suspended. I have a feeling he's not coming back. I mean, the 9 o'clock hour is geared towards women, such as the 10 o'clock hour, but he's on the Today Show instead of Kathy Lee and Hoda. And all because of stupidity. And I don't feel bad for him one bit, because he brought it on himself. If he had really changed, he would have just shut up, not let it get out, and no one would have even thought to go look for it. I mean, how stupid can you be? How stupid can you be? There's people who are, worse idiots. For instance, I was reading earlier, there's this story about a teacher. She's 24, 25 years old. She teaches in a black neighborhood school. So it's a black neighborhood school. And yet, on her Facebook page, she was posting things that she must not have had private, talking about black people. Well, she just got found out and fired. And of course, she made her page private, but it's too late. How could you be so stupid? I mean, this is what I really don't understand about people. Everyone thinks that they have this thing called free speech, which is a myth. You don't have free speech. If you work for yourself, I work for myself, okay, I have free speech. Anything I say that impacts my business is my fault. But if you're working for someone else, you don't have free speech. You may think you do, but you don't. Because it's the other people who are really counting on you to do the job that they need you to do to make the money. And If they're going to lose customers because of your stupidity, you're gone. That's just how it is. And I can't believe all the stuff I've seen this year. People that they're posting on social media. I wrote an article where I said I can't believe some of the things the business owners have been saying on LinkedIn about different things. I can never imagine. I mean, maybe it was better in some ways before you had social media because those people stayed in the closet. They kept their bigotry and their misogyny and all the other kind of stuff to themselves. But they didn't say these things out in the open. And some of these people are proud of it until they get caught, until they start losing money, until they lose their jobs. And then they want to cry free speech. No one ever wants to talk about responsibility. They want to talk about free speech. You know what? You can't fix stupid. You don't get to be stupid and get away with it. There have been some people on YouTube over the years who have said some things, thinking that they can get away with anything, and then they get slammed for it, and then they don't like it. And then they realize they start losing people, and then they come on and they apologize, and sometimes they cry about it and whatever. But, you have to watch out for the stupidity thing. Now, I understand how sometimes if you're saying something live or in the moment, you may not articulate yourself properly, and to kind of get beaten up over that sometimes isn't fair, unless you're given a chance to fix it and you don't, in which case, you know what, you asked for it. But in general, we have to think before we do these things, before we act. If you're going to take a controversial position, you have to be ready for people not to like it. But to be stupid and wonder how come people are mad at you? Please. Now, maybe I'm taking this wrong. I mean, you know what? I'll own up to have done some stupid things here and there. I'm not totally perfect, but I'm a little bit more controlled in the fact that I don't go overboard when I may say something stupid. And often I get a chance to fix it and say, okay, you know what? I didn't say that properly. Let me re-say that. But you're never, hopefully, going to see me put out something that's really, really stupid. And if I do, y'all will let me know, or at least someone will let me know. But let me know your thoughts on this. Do you think that we should be sorry for the people who say stupid things and basically lose their jobs and whatever? Or do you really believe that there should be total free speech and that no one should ever have to be responsible for anything that they say? And think about this one very closely. And I'm telling you that because I have seen people who have said we should be able to say anything we want to, and then people dump on them and they don't like it. Such as he who must not be named. I'm just saying. Y'all let me know. You have a wonderful day.